All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to try to have us a discussion on the scientific evidence of how Facebook and all of its censoring and scamming and selling of all your private information and all the lies, the fraud and the lies of Facebook. Now, ladies and gentlemen, everybody knows that the banking system and the mortgage system and all these funny little odd real estate schemes and scams, the American people have been robbed like never before in all of human history, using funny little Bill and Hillary Clinton style Charlie Keating and Lee Farkas, and Neil Bush, and all these funny little Texas-style land swindles and Texas-style land scams. Trillions vanished. Now, let's look at the record. Jimmy Comey and Robert Mueller. Let's see, Comey's with Union Bank of Scotland, UBS, with Phil Graham of Texas, my old buddy Conroe, Texas. Phil Graham and Jimmy Comey were buddies at UBS. And then you got Robert Mueller, he's part of that HSBC. And this whole gang of bankster slobs that robbed the United States and the world for trillions upon trillions upon trillions with Deutsche Bank and Select Portfolio Services and DocX and LPS, and the list just goes on from Bank of America to Wells Fargo to Chase Bank and on and on and on. This is who rigged the American elections. And they also rig elections in other countries. It's not just the massive elections rigging in the United States that Facebook has been involved in with Sucker of Turds. Now, Mr. Sucker of Turds, I want to note something for the American people. I don't think you were under oath yesterday and the day before there when you were testifying to the Congress about how Facebook censors people. They control the conversation. They control the news feed. They refuse to post and disseminate your posts and your entries on your individual walls and in your groups. They're controlling the dissemination of information in America. Censorship by fake book. One more time, fake book. Old Sucker of Turds and his 15 to 20,000 censors that monitor and delete and manipulate information on the internet. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Comey and Mueller and Donald Trump and all your pals and Barack Obama and all your pals and Eric Holder and Loretta Lynch and Mr. Sessions and the whole little gang around the Consumer Finance Protection Bureau. You know, this scheming and scamming and manipulating the discussion and the evidence and the fiasco. They're manipulating the fiasco. This giant mega robbery of the United States for trillions upon trillions. They're not being honest with the American people at all. They're controlling the disaster. What do you call those people there? Oh yeah, risk management officers. You know, the Information Control Bureau. That's what it is. You're controlling the discussion on how the United States and the world have been massively robbed. massively. And huge, vast amounts of money are flowing through the Bush-Clinton initiatives, and they're manipulating the RNC and the DNC, and they're trafficking weapons all over the world. And they're, as soon as the trillions start getting discussed, oh, we got to bomb Syria, or we've got to build a wall, or we've got Charlie Daniels having a sexual tryst with Donald Trump. Now, folks, I just don't believe that Charlie Daniels swings that way. That was a joke for you idiots that are listening. Stormy Daniels, wait a minute, Stormy Daniels' records get seized by the FBI out of Don Trump's lawyer's office. Wait a minute, Robert Mueller. What happened to prosecuting and investigating and shutting down all the crooked banksters, Mr. Comey and Mr. Mueller? What, we don't want to get that close to the tail feathers of UBS and HSBC? Is this who we're running cover for, Mr. Comey? How about you, Robert Mueller and Loretta Lynch and Eric Holder and, John Ashcroft and Ed Meese and Alberto Gonzales, the Attorney General under Bush Jr.? We can't get that close to the gangster banksters and the RICO Realty. Now, I've got a couple of shout-outs here. I want to shout out to Renee Powers, and I want to shout out to Deborah DiStefano, and I want to shout out to Valerie Lopez, because the Stop the Recording Fraud group out of California and the California 18 are beginning to see the RICO Realty, the bankster gangsters mafia in this foreclosure, securitized mortgage scheming and scamming with all the pretender servicers and the pretender lenders. They're making up their own robo-documents. They're making up their own robo-mortgage electronic registration system data entries. You see, MERS is pulling the fake book. MERS is pulling the same games that Sucker of Turds is playing. They're manipulating the data. Where have we ever manipulated the data before? Correct? Taylor, Bean, and Whitaker? How about DocX and Loan Processing Services?